saves.
Let's show your champion from last year.
Yep.
Let me switch over and bring him up. And there he is. So, well, two things. There's your champion, and the cool thing about the Corn Ferry is he's not here to defend because he's on the PGA Tour.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, when
right?
did the trophy presentation there on 18, and he made the comment right out of the gate was, "Thank you, and I hope I'm not back here."
Right.
And even for us,
no hard feelings.
No hard. Yeah, and we honestly we don't want to. We'd love to have you back.
Right.
And that's the great thing about the big tour is hey, you can always expect those guys to come back to defend their title. We're here, we don't want you back.
Now let's talk about the trophy because you had mentioned that at the beginning of the program. It's unique.
Yes.
Talk us through that. What was the process of creating it, and the thought behind it?
So went through and for us too, where we built everything from scratch here. It's everything and just all these little details that you're not thinking about, but you got to think about. Where it's okay, hey, even just tickets. Hey, we got to create tickets, and this is we were going physical tickets. Like, what do those even look like? Is it a paper ticket? Is it a plastic ticket? And now we've shifted digital, which makes it a whole lot easier. But it's even just, and that's where our team, does an incredible job on the creative side where, hey, the look and feel of some of these things, everything's consistent, just building out the brand. But, just even little details like that. Hey, what is the trophy going to look like? Because we don't have anything. And
right.
Hey, let's, and I mentioned it to Mark McCarter, who was with the CVB at the time. I was like, hey, looking to do something cool and creative, that it's not a glass vase, it's not your standard trophy out there, and that kind of sets the tone for Huntsville, the Rocket City. The Saturn V replica obviously is an easy one to kind of pinpoint there, and so had reached out to Mark and said, hey, who's here? Who's somebody local? And that's another thing too. Like as we build this thing, we want to go as local as possible. It's local food, it's local drink, it's local vendors. Hey, everybody wants to be everybody. We want everybody to be part of this thing, and we want to give back to those that are local.
Mm-hmm.
And so, went to Mark McConnor, said, "Hey, need a trophy built. Who can do something that's cool, that's creative?" And he said that there's a guy here in town, Micah Gregg, with Drop Metal, and he's got a lot of art throughout the community. He's got a piece over at Fractal Brewing, which is pretty cool, and so a lot of pieces out there. And Mark said he's extremely busy, but something like this may catch his interest, and so reached out to him and kicked it over to our creative team, and so started to come up with some ideas of what this might look like, and reached out to Mike and said, hey, here's what we've got, here's what we're looking to do, take it and run with it, and so I went over to his shop a couple times as he was building this thing out, and he would send me pictures, and I was like, that's pretty big, it's pretty aggressive. And then even
good,
and then by the time he finished it, I was like, yeah, that's aggressive. But it's kind of worn off on me, and with the base there, it's very Stanley Cup-esque. Now we've got the label with Paul Barjon on there, and we'll start to add champions on the base, and so
that's cool.
But and it's deceiving because that doesn't go home with a champion. That's something we keep here, and so I've also tasked Micah with, hey, create us kind of a replica of sorts that we can send off with the champion, and so
put in their case. Yeah,
and while it's not that right there, we've got something that's pretty close. And then end of the day, hey, it's a trophy they can put on the shelf, but they're in the driver's seat for their tour card, which is more important.